Looks like we are indeed live then. Hello everyone.
Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Yes, hello everybody. My name is Sermia. This is my companion Shreya and our very lovely host Bubs. Pool reveal time for semifinals. This has gone by really fast in my opinion. There's so much action early on, and now there's so few matches to come left. I'm sad. But you know what's not sad?
Yeah.
No Mod 1, because No Mod 1's a banger, just like the rest of the pool here. So let's get it going.
Ooh. Our first No Mod 1 map is Autonatsu.
You see Mrs. Green Apple, you already know this is gonna slap.
So Mrs. Green Apple is a banger as an artist.
True. It starts off relatively slow, but it'll definitely pick up later on, because this is the artist, I'd say as a whole, is known for those faster single tap mats. So if you see any alt sections, don't worry, it's not out of your reach for many players that might be seeing that as a daunting task to come over.
Yes, the map has definitely started to pick up a bit of pace. Ooh, I think there's like a sped up version of this which is like 8 stars.
Yeah, it was used in the OC All-Stars match. It's also very, very fun to play with Relax. I would know. Regardless, quarter way through the map, you've gotten one of the key eyes out of the way. 400 combo. Hopefully you haven't missed by now because you're too busy banging your fucking head. Which is entirely possible.
There we go. What happens when you bang your head a little bit too hard to No Mod 1? Yeah.
How did we let this replay go through? We're a third of the way through in the map and we've lost combo?
Go cursed. Master's curse is very real.
This stream has already turned into a disaster. Guys, Azer is streaming something right now. Just go join that.
So true.
So true.
I really like this skin.
Oh yeah, this is definitely maybe not definitely, but I think I can say this is the best BQT skin we've had thus far.
Yeah.
Besides, the cursor looks like Tuna cursor, and I miss Tuna.
Aww.
Tuna was amazing. Heading to the slow section, we're 2/3 of the way into the map, so hopefully, you know, you don't get nerves at this part should you be holding an FC this far in. But this is something you should keep in mind, though, if you're picking this later into the match and you've kind of figured out kind of how your opponents are doing, there are a lot of sections to this map with some free combo, you could say, where it's like, even with nerves, you're likely to... Sorry, I lost my train of thought as I was talking about free combo and a miss happens. But sections like this right here, where it's like your opponent and yourself are guaranteed to hit mostly 300s here and build up whatever combo. So if you're getting combo diffed on most of your maps, this is probably not going to be something you're going to want to pick. Or it's like, let's say you're the team that's having the combo advantages often, or maybe consistency has been a strength of yours, then this is going to be an awesome pick to either come out as a rebound, or even you can start off and establish some consistency rhythm.
I could just end off the match with a banger.
That's another point. Yeah, don't think of Osu strategically. Just play what gives you the cat jam vibes. That's how everybody starts out off Osu anyway. They just find these songs they liked from Geometry Dash and they play those. Imagine the showcase
When
gets
I started playing Mercy, I
500,000
used
points on
to,
the F
yeah.
on the replay.
Ooh. Oh,
99
oh,
act
oh.
3 break.
Oh, that was an interesting replay from Not Siang. And now it's time for Nomad 2.
Not CN, we see you in chat. Why are you showing your face here? Anyway, Nomad 2 time.
Starting off with the spinner, you could use spinners as an advantage against your opponent.
Yeah, especially if you spin
But
clockwise.
yeah, I would suggest not spinning too fast in the beginning though, because of the bursts that show up right at the beginning of the map.
Yeah, starting off, it's like, yeah, you might get in a couple extra 1,000 points, but that early act deficit or combo deficit, considering the length of this map, can actually make a big difference. Because think about it, we just started, and we're already approaching a third of the way through. These streams and bursts here, you can tell it's like they're a little shaky, or it's like they're coming in this L shape. This is more aim intensive than you might think it is. And a lot of these jumps right here you're seeing right now, it might feel weird considering it's like a Nomad 2 and you're supposed to have a lot of flow aim. Those jump sections right there and the like down sections between those bursts and streams, you should probably be moving your cursor faster than you think you should be. It's one of those things that's like, it helps with mind block. If you just set up a default thing for yourself, it's like, all right, no matter how fast I think I'm gonna have to go, I'm gonna speed things up, and it might be a good way to set yourself into a rhythm come match day.
I think snappy aim would be more beneficial here rather than flowy aim, except on the bursts, of course. Most of the map is already done, so this is a map on the relatively shorter side.
But independent of length, you got almost 800 combo here, so it's a fair test on your stamina too, even if it's not for a very long period of time. Thank you, James, for the replay. By the way, you see, saying that's how you FC a map. You don't do any misses. It's not that complicated. Anyway, let's hope it's not complicated on Nomad 3 now. Oh god, it is that complicated. Oh god, Saiyan did it again. The not CN incident.
We got a K-pop map in Nomad 3. Certified banger by S1.
Hype time, everyone.
Hype for S1 in chat.
Bub's hype mode.
The map starts off pretty slow. Like, I think any other alt map would usually.
Yeah, and this slow BPM, if you look on the right side of your screen real quick, and now there's 130 as the key splits. Yeah, you can single tap a healthy majority of this map. It's often when it comes to those like stream sections and those 4 burst notes. Those are probably going to be the altiest parts of this through the first chunk of the map. And seeing this 300 combo in, it's not the most alt-heavy thing thus far. Often later in matches when you're kind of like running out of picks in your strategy. Oh, that break. Wow, that's very cool. Anyway.
No, anyway.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, so this is often going to be a decent pick late in game when you're like running out of picks and you don't know what's going to win. It's like, oh, let's say you're leading like 5-4 or something like that, and you're like, I don't know what we should do. If you go with this, you can really combo game another team. But don't use this replay as an example of what combo game is, because, you know.
Not see an incident?
Not CN incident. I've just been bullying Not CN, who's literally a better player than me.
This one does seem to have a lower BPM than alt maps that I have seen. So this can be a good test of alting in general.
think, yeah, this is one of those, if you're looking to get into alts, like regardless of whether you're a player in this tournament or not, this seems to be a pretty good map because you can practice, getting the rhythm of both of your fingers moving more often than you typically think without playing like those death stream maps in which you have to out of necessity. And it speeds up here right now, so this is the part where alting is going to become much more important. But it's like your 600 combo in after a break. So if you've been doing that triple burst and like single tapping where you can thus far, you might have like a several hundred combo advantage. You could be at 900 in this break here if you hit that section. With 20% of the map remaining, that's often enough to. If you don't have the lead at that point, you're in a position to succeed, as long as you're not getting act diffed and combo diffed. And not missing, as you have unfortunately had to witness just now.
We'll pretend it was an FC. It's okay.
Yo, Bubs, you need to set up a Preds where we predict if the next Cian replay has a miss.
So true.
Anyway, that's gonna wrap up the Nomad 3. Very good song. Very good replay. I'm sorry for bullying you, Cian. Anyway, I don't like alting, so we're gonna move on to Nomad 4, where we'll hopefully see less of that. Cian S rank. Okay, never mind. Doubters in chat.
Doubters in chat.
Nomad 4 tech time, as you are typically gonna see in tournaments.
Relatively I once saw a Nomad 4 with AR8.
Was it in Boomer Cup?
I don't remember.
It probably was. Their hidden ones were AR8 and hidden 2 was AR7, who was awesome. Anyway, very low-key beginning right here, and there's not a whole lot of cursor movement. It's mostly finger control. This is going to be a big spot where you can gain an early act lead over your opponents. Because it's not very straining. You can single tap just about this entire thing with the exception of those 3 bursts. And coming into the more stream heavy sections, but you're 300 combo in at this point.
This does look more like the finger control kind of deck than the slider heavy kind of deck. I'm getting a call.
As my comrade in arms is going to be answering that phone call, I'm going to quickly point out how, yes, it was a very good observation that this is more bursty and finger control-y, which is something you're going to want to consider when picking. You can't just go sight read tech mode on this and it's like, oh, it's just going to be a bunch of sliders and I can aim it. That's not going to be the case. And there's a fair amount of alt in this. You see these 1-2s, or at least you think there'd be an alternate. When you're seeing these 1-2 bursts either as notes or into sliders like that right now, you can triple tap those. It may be a little more draining on your fingers, so if stamina is an issue, you might not want to take that approach, and you can even double tap if you're just going to go for a straight combo 1v1 against whoever their top combo is. But otherwise, there's lots of strategies you can take to approaching this map here. But if you do want to do that, either the double tap to guarantee you hit both notes, even though you might act drop on both of them, it's going to be really important in down sections like this and at the very start that you keep that accuracy up. So it's like, if you're going to be on a good combo, you finish with at least like 94, 95 accuracy. But again, Osu's combo game, so if you FC...
the slider heavy sections.
They literally just copy and pasted this section 3 times.
Oh.
Like, that's basically what it is. You're seeing the same sliders. Like, that slider, I've seen it 10 times now.
Classic deck map moment.
Bro, this guy maps like me. Just put the same shit over and over again to fill time. Although those rectangular sliders look kind of cool. Oh, that slider's gonna kill so many people.
So many FCs will be lost on that one slider alone.
Yeah, but 1200 combos.
And
Speaking of FC being lost, yeah, so if you have 1200 combo though at that point, with not a ton of map left, you've probably
it's good
done enough for
enough.
your team to win.
That's
And if
good
you
enough for
haven't, then
your
you get
team.
if you haven't, then you get to cyberbully your teammate, which is also something very fun to do. Anyway, that's Nomad 4. So if you like tech, you probably like that map. If not, maybe next up right here, we got a map you would like. Nomad 5, let's go!
And of course, it looks more like a gimmick map than a speed map.
Yeah, gimmick maps are the best because it usually has low AR. Unfortunately, it's not Eco Gander, but we're not here to talk about Eco Gander. This gives vibes of it's just kind of a weird aim, precision map. The circle size is considerably lower than the maps we've seen thus far.
Oh damn, this map are maps like me for real.
Those, I think, so long as you can read this just fine, which shouldn't be a terrible issue because this is, it's a 5.1 star map, but it's AR8. Anyway, it's more like an anti-mod that you haven't put any mods on, which is good. But I think the biggest part of those things is, besides that triangle burst right there, it's going to be the ones where it's like those stacked notes, but it's like the inconsistent stack, so you have to kind of put some memory into it. It's not fun, but, you know, it's whatever. This is also OD8 with a relatively low AR, so it's going to be easier to act this, especially if you're not going to put hidden on top of this. So it's more of that precise aim to handle that CS5. But if you can handle those things, then this will become more of a combo game you can focus on, depending on the reading ability of your opponents.
That was an interesting
Oh,
burst. There was a bit of wiggle in
that
it.
overlapping stream. That sounds not fun.
Yeah, there was a bit of a wiggle in it. Oh, this is actually the second Korean song in this pool. It's interesting.
We're converting
We
all
are
the players.
definitely not
Oh
seeing anything
wow, that is.
suspicious. That is quite sus.
Who the fuck picks the replays we put in here? Bubs, you listen to me right now. You need to fire someone. This is grounds for an execution.
Need to eject the imposter buffs.
The Mogus buff, and it immediately results in a miss. That is karma
That's
working
not a,
at
that's
its
not a
finest.
buff.
Anyway, so we dealt with that, the fucking sus moment. Luckily we don't see it to go on top of it, but that's not important. Let's move on to the next map because that is more important. Hidden time, the best mod here. Also real song, so therefore we're automatically ready for a slap.
The moment I see real map in pool, it's immediately good. This does seem to be more of a aim testing map rather than a reading map, which is usually what you would expect from a hidden one map.
Yeah, that's often the target of the hidden one. Certainly, depending on the types of hiddens you'll have elsewhere, whether that's the obvious, whether it's it's the obvious AR8 for your hidden 2, but those can be, many different types. But something we're gonna focus on here right now is so you see all these like crazy slider movements and stuff. This requires very little cursor movement. So in general, it's more focused on just being able to hit the circles in the first place.
Yes, and we did see a few early breaks on this replay. I think the breaks give a more realistic showcase of the maps and its skills in general.
Yeah, you make an excellent point. It's like, hey, these people, we got them in here in order to get those 98 AC FCs. Guess what? They can't get FCs, and it shows you where these difficult parts lie, and where you're gonna need to probably pay more attention to, and your practice runs, and maybe if you want to even cut those parts out to practice them individually.
Yep.
Like that right there. You see a break right there, and that was a transition between lots of buzz sliders. So that might be a general concept that you need to worry about when playing this map, or whether or not you're even gonna pick it / ban it in the first place. Now this section here right now is more of the reading favorite because of the inconsistent splits between these notes. That's probably going to be the biggest act drop outside of the more tech-ish aspects to this map. But as considering that is happening 2/3 of the way through the map, it's possible that you'd see, if you like just tabbed real quick to see what the combos were looking like. If one team is committed to the combo lead, in that case, you might want to forego getting that accuracy and instead going for the certainty of either extending a combo lead or rallying to get one back right now. This end section right here, much more slider heavy than we've seen thus far in terms of the speed and the awkwardness in which you're going to have to move for them. But yeah, that's just how real songs work. And besides, honestly, those like random buzz slider breaks, I'd say the biggest spot where all these misses were coming was those pentagon or the geometrical jumps you were having to make, because those, if you're trying to go too fast, you'll often under aim them in order to, because you have this mindset going of like, I need to get to the next note. So that's something. So while you're playing fast, yes, you also have to keep in mind, slow things down. You'll be just fine. Just it's Osu, play combo game. Anyway, so we're going into Hidden 2, aka the best map in the pool. I don't even know what it is. I just know it's the best. Ken makes very good Hidden 2 maps. Trust me on this. We might watch this more than once, by the way, because we just like Hidden 2, and I will bribe Bubs in order to do so, and just maybe forego the entire pool, or at least Hard Rock. Anyway, typically with how BQT tournaments have worked in the past, and as you've seen in prior rounds, Hidden 2s are much more to the... so there's a thing... Let me just set this up real quick. Hidden 2 has two ends of a spectrum. One end is how aim-based it is, and the other is how reading-based it is. BQT often makes these much more tailored to the reading end of things. So this part here, with the exception of like any of those wide note bursts you'd see there, which happen very infrequently in your Hidden 2 picks, is much more tailored to the reading aspect to this. So if the reading is a serious difficulty for you, that's where you're going to have to ban it, because you have these inconsistent spacing and a lot of these overlapping perfectly stacked notes. That's going to be the most difficult thing for a lot of players, unless you want to take a memory approach. The replay doesn't have mouse buttons turned off. Yeah, this is a pretty good song.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, this is where I'll have to take my leave, as my parents have arrived home. So thanks for letting me watch this Mappool showcase with you guys. Hope you all
Thanks for
enjoy the
coming,
rest of the
Shreya.
pool.
Everybody
Thank
thank
you,
commentator in chat. It only takes one.
Thank you guys. Enjoy the semifinals pool and good luck.
Thank you. another thing to point out about this particular hidden 2, the length of this map, 3 minutes and 32 seconds. You're often going to be seeing this kind of length for free mods if you're going to be seeing AR8. So this is more tailored to that reading ability, because it's a lot more of it, and you got to be consistent in that reading. Hit the stream, very cool. But it's this section right here. I don't know if it's a key eye specifically, but it kind of sounds like one. There's much more, consistent spacing between the notes, so that's less of reading and more getting into a rhythm and just being able to click at the right time, because that's how you're going to be hitting 300s. If you just click at the same time as the music. I know that the advice sounds dumb, but it's the one I have, and I'm an extreme reading specialist for my teams. Not a ton else to say. That was almost a perfect ult from Secret on the replay. Secret playing hidden and getting misses. Never heard of it. So we will have a SWAT team positioned outside his home relatively soon. We'll give you updates on how that goes as we move on to our next map. If you liked hidden, I hope you like it here. You've probably also seen this map before because it shows up relatively often, I'd say, in tournaments. You'll see it as like no mod 3s and stuff. That's what happens when you have a map that's 138 BPM. A couple important statistics to point out: CS 3.6 and OD 7. So when you look at the numbers, it's really easy on you, but as you can see, there's a whole lot of hundreds showing up, and that's because, well, the ult is pretty difficult to do, especially when you put the hidden on top of it. Also, 4 minutes 25 seconds. I'm not sure if that includes drain or not, but we will see. Regardless, a lot of these 1-2 bursts you're seeing, and these, considering the spacing that's going to show up afterwards, you can definitely triple tap those if you don't like your ulting ability. It might hurt the accuracy more than it already has thus far, but 400 combo is better than 100 combo, I'd say. Luckily, these streams right here, or bursts, unless it's the ones that like cut back onto the notes, are pretty easy to hit if you have some reading consistency. So this section as a whole is like probably 200 combo that you can definitely get the hang of. So it's going to be less working on those areas and more getting the more awkward rhythm from those 1-2s. So you're seeing certainly a lot in this section, but mostly through the entire map when we've seen a fair amount of it, and we're only halfway through, and it's brought the accuracy of the replay down to 95 with the break. That's a banger slider though. Hard indeed. I could definitely, with the kind of like out of nowhere inconsistent rhythm, I can definitely see some breaks that would happen, but I think that's something you should seriously practice and get the hang of, because as you've seen for the last 150 plus combo, it's pretty much free at this point. So if you break just before getting into this spot, you could be surrendering a huge lead to your opponent. And again, if you're this high up on the combo too, that's it's over 100,000 points you could be missing out on. And if you've seen how close matches can be, that could easily make a difference in within a single map. Wrapping up with more of these stream sections, it's pretty similar in direct mapping, I'd say, to the first time we saw a section like this. And again, with the exception of probably the ones that just cut back on it, rather easy if you can get consistent at this. But it's a nice way to finish this off. Oh, that looked like a misread right there. I don't go back for the slider at the last second. In any case, wrapping up with 1400 is pretty good. Nice job, Secret. Thank you for a replay, sir. Anyway, unfortunately, quick thing. Parental guidance is required for this next segment, as you are about to see the approach rate go up instead of down, because it's Hard Rock 1. And there is counterclockwise spinning on top of it. This truly is the worst. As I have previously mentioned on a different map we were just showcasing, I am an extreme reading specialist. That could not be more true. And seeing this Hard Rock, besides hurting my feelings and genuinely making me regret getting into the game of Osu, analysis on this is not going to be as favorable. What I can say is 205 BPM is in fact a lot. So if you're going to be taking the single tap approach as it is in the replay, it's definitely possible, considering this is going to be a lower star rating in general, and the map itself is easier, although we are putting on Hard Rock on top of it to get it over the 5-star threshold. James, I love the idea, swapping the Hard Rock with Easy Pool. I will make one correction with that. I say we switch every single map to Hidden 2, and, like, that's it. I guarantee you there's going to be exactly 2 people who are still in this tournament that are going to be happy, and those 2 people are going to be my best friends. As for the other people that enjoy Hard Rock, I have nothing but bad things to say about you. But we're 500 in combo in, and since I've clearly done not enough complaining, let's talk about one other thing about Hard Rock. The OD here is going to be bumped up. I would believe that's going to be to 10. So this is, yes, besides being kind of the default statistics for a Hard Rock 1, we are getting into the stage in the tournament in which we're going to be testing those Hard Rock consistency abilities. So we have the CS above 5, we have the AR above 10, we have the OD above 10 to go along with all of that. Which is going to be similar to the statistics you're going to see in later rounds as well. So this is going to be a good test for your ability going forward on this. Oh, that spinning physically hurts my wrist to look at. I literally spinning counterclockwise, I go like 125 RPM. It's bad. Ooh, that's a tough slider break right there. Can't underestimate even those weaker sections. Again, with Hard Rock, it's like that small CS hurts more than you might think, especially if you're trying to aim fast and keep up with this BPM north of 200. Abortion, I think you have bad opinions. Stand counterclockwise in Hard Rock. Man. I don't want to say anything to this individual in particular, but What I will be saying is that map is almost over, and that means we are, I believe, 1/3 the way through the worst mod in the history of Osu. Blah, blah, blah. Hard rock this. Hard rock that. Small CS, you know the drill. It's precision time. Hard Rock 2, as you can see, the CS5 with the asterisk next to it. But yes, this is Queen time. This is actually a great idea for a Hard Rock 2. But yeah, you see CS5, AR8, OD7 though. So this one, overall difficulty, a little bit easier. I think besides the general precision aspect to that and how good you are at that, one of the harder things about this is going to be coming out. So you see these sliders are pretty long, not just for Hard Rock 2, but for maps in general. It's like they take up a lot of space. Coming out of the straighter sliders and then having to quickly shift into hitting a circle pretty precisely is going to be more difficult than it sounds. The watching a replay or a pool showcase of a Hard Rock 2 never does a justice to the map itself. The only way you're going to get a feel for how you're going to do on this is to play it many times. I can guarantee you that. And this is a person who has played Hard Rock 2 literally once in a tournament, and I've been in tournaments for almost a year at this point. Halfway through the map, though, we're at almost 400 combo. So it might feel a bit longer than you're typically long to if you're seeing that number on the bottom left of your screen go up. But probably the biggest thing you're gonna hit with that is just the fact that there's no real spacing difference, and a lot of these sliders are a good way to get that combo up. But the accuracy will be something that's going to be more important right now because of the lack of notes themselves and the lack of objects. It's also, oh my god, oh my god. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I saw that and I just, oh my god, I need to go punch someone. So I was saying, with a lower BPM, it's not going to be overwhelming people in any way, shape, or form. So accuracy is going to be probably more important than it has for Hard Rock 1 and for a lot of maps prior to this. Which is, of course, important in general with Hard Rock 2. But then again, you know, it's Osu. You can just combo diff everybody. That's how this game works. Now, one more Hard Rock to go, thankfully. Yeah, let's just get right into it. I believe this is more of a techie Hard Rock. Now this one has a specific thing. So if you look at the bottom of your screen real quick, there's two stats I want to point out. One, the AR is above 9. So that's going to be something that probably be a difficult adjustment for a lot of people. But as I said with Hard Rock 1, this is probably a good test for your ability to handle the maps as they ramp up going forward, in which the default star rating is going to go up to a point where approach rates above 9, both on no mods and Hard Rocks, are going to be probably not very infrequent. But another thing is 1 minute 49 seconds. I have talked through almost halfway through this map at this point without even talking about any of the gameplay. And that's because this is very short, and what short maps really mean with Score V2 is accuracy, accuracy, accuracy. Without a whole lot of combo to be built up in the first place, a very good accuracy with you breaking in the middle will beat a bad AC FC. So if you don't think you can act this map very well, and you're going into a team that's shown strength on Hard Rock, then this is something you should consider on the short list of things to ban. That section right there, pretty much impossible to hit, I'd say, just from the looks of things, although I probably wouldn't be able to manage a double-digit accuracy on this, but that's just a me issue. I'm getting skill diffed by a bunch of other six digits. It's really quite tragic. Play by not CN and breaking what could be a more dynamic duo. Oh, right, I know it as a more dynamic duo. Hard Rock being followed up with Double Time, the next worst mod in this pool, because it also increases the approach rates. Anyway, DT1, always known as the other banger here, and Asaka, Eternal Star, have nothing but good things to say about this song. BPM of this is 249, so it's probably I'm trying to think of what an average DT1 BPM would be, but it seems to be decent enough, and it's like relatively manageable, especially for this first part of here, where it's most of the difficulty is coming from those triple bursts, because those 1-2s right there are pretty easy to alt, even for non-alt players, I would reckon. So the difficulties for this are going to primarily come from these short bursts here, and keeping your cursor moving at the pace the map demands you to. SCN has commented in the chat. Yeah, he says he can't alt too well, but it was relatively easy for this, so if those alt issues are a thing when you come across those no mod 3s and perhaps the DT2 coming up after this, this wouldn't be a bad pick. Certainly something your opponents might even pick into you if they didn't watch the stream and believe that honing in on an alternating weakness is a way to win. But again, the heart of this map is going to be in those triple bursts and the cursor movement speed. And those sliders right there are just, oh, those do not look pleasant to hit. Other than that, it's a pretty standard DT1, and it's a great song to go along with it. More of this heinous spinning maneuver. Absolutely awful. Oh my god, when you fucking almost see it, that was dangerous, man. Holy yikes. Thank God you hit one more 300. But regardless, let's keep powering through this. Holy shit! This is oh my god. The difficulty above this is such a banger. No mod 3. And this whole song, well, maybe not even just in this map set, but for the majority of the songs this artist makes, put great DT2s, great no mod 3s. So not only playing this map, particularly for the semifinals round, of course, but if you want to practice those alternating abilities for tournaments, if you play other difficulties for this map set or from this artist, it's a good way to improve at your alting ability. I can tell you that for sure. So, a quick thing that's going to help out, I know, with this is the CS is 3.6 and the OD is 6. So this is going to be almost this is less of a like an incredibly difficult map, more than a fundamentals test. If you're good at DT2s, you will be successful here. I can tell you that. And one other thing I want to quickly point out, on the right side of your screen where you're seeing the key tapping, it's not at all evenly distributed. You can single tap a lot of this if you're okay handling the speed, because the BPM is still quite low even after adding the DT. But it's just the notes are so close together that it's gonna feel like something close to 300. But these sliders in these slower sections, single tappable for certain. Oh, that's a tragic break. Yes, and confirming that it is not difficult to single tap. So, as I said earlier, DT2, this represents a good fundamentals. So if you're good at alting and you can do these DT2s, you'll be successful here. If you can't, and your opponent picks this into you to exploit a weakness, not the end of the world. You need this is a whole lot of the basics. That's gonna wrap up DT2. Going into DT3 now. Don't worry, guys. We're almost through the DTs. You can invite the children back into the room shortly, I promise. As the stream is currently giving me, the Discord stream is currently giving me the slideshow treatment. I'm able to at least make out that this is kind of a consistency slash speed kind of thing. But at the same time, it's pretty awkward. But you see the form of these longer sliders. So I don't exactly know what kind of. We're just gonna call this the kitchen sink double time. Anyway, big thing after this. Of this OD, once again rather low. CS 3.5, it really helps you out in that aim department. BPM is 258, so it's going to be quite fast. However, you do not have to maintain that for very long. Look, we're about to approach 500 combo and the map is pretty much over. If you don't have the stamina, that's fine. If you can just endure that speed, shouldn't be too much of a problem, because this is, yeah, it's a fucking TV size map. What do you expect? Anyway, we have one more double time after this that we can, you know, Resident Sleeper our way through. Anyway, finally, the first high accuracy replay since No Mod 1. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark as we're seeing this. This is probably an old map, so you're seeing a lot of these, like, not necessarily grid sliders, but a lot of these are, you'll see them play symmetrical sliders with notes and with connecting notes. But it's a rather simple gameplay. It's fairly aim heavy though, especially with, you see at the beginning here, there's these 5 bursts that are spaced out. There's the pentagons you'll see from time to time. There's the awkward movement from the sliders here. But after adding DT, the BPM is 222. Nothing impossible. certainly in the speed department at least. I mean, if you look passing the halfway point of the map, great accuracy. This has been single tapped entirely, so it's not even as much of a DT as you're typically used to. This is a fast aim kind of map. But that aim aspect is going to be quite difficult considering the awkward cursor movement you're going to have to be going through every so often, not to mention those pentagons. But hey man, if aim's your thing, you're going to love this pick. You can tell you that for a fact. I think of all the maps, considering the pick rate that this might get, we could be seeing a lot of FCs out of that. So if your opponent seems like they're the type of people to pick that, you might want to keep that once again in the back of your head of what to ban. Because if they have this level of aim consistency, yeah, 1,000,000 points is nothing to scoff at. But yeah, great replay. Nice job, CN. Tiebreaker time. Hopefully this will be a banger pick, but considering the maps that we've seen. Oh my god, I said tiebreaker. Free mods, right? Forgot. Fuck. Whatever. Washed player, by the way. In any case, yeah, we've gotten out of the way of the ones that are impossible. You have to watch with these bad mods. We're gonna have to suffer through one more hard rock, but this is the Cranky versus Masaki Ouroboros, and if you've ever played a difficulty of this map, FCs are few and far between. James saying 188 BPM on 1-6 bursts. 1-6 splits are something you're gonna have to deal with every so often, but man, does it hurt sometimes. And so when you combine that with the Cranky map and then putting on the only mod in Ozu that proves that there is no god, not a recipe for success. Luckily, this has a number of sections that are like definitely pretty easy to combo, especially with hard rock. More spinning technique that I wouldn't wish on upon my worst enemies. There's a whole lot of stack things you're gonna see here, and things that you can triple tap these too. I can tell you. That stream will probably give people who are stuck with the hard rock some difficulties. But there's a lot of different sections here that you can build up some solid combo on. So if you're good at those hard rock tech things, definitely something that you should be picking. One final detail to this to point out: this is the hidden favored one. Especially with that CS being slightly above 4.2, above 4 at 4.2. So hard rock, a bit more difficult than it would be for your typical free mod one. But you know, not a ton of this. A good map. It's Cranky. In any case, free mod 2. Let's do that. Extreme reading, low AR, CS3, old map. Sign me up. Remember how I said BQT focuses a lot on the reading? Yeah, this is what I meant. Aiming pretty much free for this map. The enormous circle size. The biggest thing is going to be absolutely the reading part of this. But what it is going to do, the low approach rate and significantly lower circle size, Hard Rock players probably going to enjoy this quite a lot, whoever you are. I would remain anonymous if I were you, though. One more free bud in tiebreaker. Okay, cool. Sounds like a plan. That previous section you saw with a lot of these jumps here, that's more aim intensive than you might think. Hello, sir. That section right there is gonna claim a great deal of people. I can see, especially with those lateral jumps there with the very slight movement. Although that square section at the end there shows up quite often, so if you can hit those, probably be easy to get some combo linked up. Secret missing on hidden. Who could see that coming? But in any case, 2 more maps left. Let's get the second to last one out of the way. Everybody, this is Danjo. You already know. Nothing to say this. Solid anti-mod. A replay came with the easy mod. And as of right now, it seems actually pretty easy to read. If you can do that low AR stuff, this is going to be very forgiving. Great, can't wait to play this map with Hard Rock. Debortion's just trying to push my buttons. This guy. What's his deal? Two DJ pop songs. If it weren't for the inclusion of more than 0 Hard Rocks, this would probably be a reading player's dream. Having this many older picks show up for, especially when they use the, you can utilize the easy mod on anti-mod. Whole lot easier than other mods. That section right there is probably going to be the hardest thing to get used to, and just generally this ending. Very, at least with easy, it's definitely the hardest part to get used to reading. But considering how close it is to the end of the map and it's only the last 100 combo or so, definitely going to be perfectly fine. Anyway, good play, James. Time for Hard Rock and. Or not Hard Rock. I don't know. I'm tired. It's midnight. Let's do tiebreaker or whatever map is next. Exit this Earth's atmosphere. Hype time. I love how we've gone the entire pool with the public chat showing up every so often on the bottom. Oh, that's a tough break, but you know, coming out of a tough section, that's just when when we talked about this pool had more bangers than usual. Yeah, we weren't lying. So we're gonna make up for it next round. Nothing but shitty songs. Don't worry. Even Nomad won. This isn't the remix. Yeah, the remix is probably better, but you know, Chameleon's an Osu homie, friend of the game, so we'll give him a pass. Plus, it's still a good song, regardless. Even if it's not we didn't get the one that Pro Box did. The amount of misses we see before break sections currently at 100% success rate. One four note single tap streaks. Oh yeah, that's some Sirmia mapping right there. Therefore, this is a bad map. What have you guys done? If you look at, we're getting into the build up to the next KI section right now, and it's a 250 combo. So maintaining combo going into those slow sections is probably going to be pretty important, because unless it's a surprisingly like highly contested tiebreaker match, accuracy is not going to be nearly as important as combo is going to be. As we're going to this end section right here. Gonna be wrapping up a little showcase we got going on here. We thankfully avoided as many 727s as we could here, but I think we're gonna be able to call it here. That was semifinals. I want to wish everybody good luck in this upcoming week. You know, we got some good matches. We got some good teams still in this. Got some exciting matchups going through. As I gotta actually look at the sheet and see if that statement is actually true. In any case, be sure. Nightbot saying be sure to follow Surmi. They were recently playing Osu. That's a lie, by the way. I haven't streamed in 2 months. Yes, but as I'm gonna. Pool is out, stats are out in case you want to look at those before you head on into your practicing sessions. But thank you everybody for showing out. Great turnout. We had like 20 people here, considering it's weird hours. I appreciate everybody showing up. It's midnight for me. I am boomed and I am cooking in this room right now. So I'm gonna head out to